The State Minister of Finance in charge of general duties, Honorable Henry Musasizi, has expressed his concern over the increased cases of vulnerability and poverty among the youth, especially girls in the country.
Kabale Civil naleba mwinemu akantu ka sustainability kugira ngo mwinemu ebintu ebimurakora ebirabahereza sente. And that's the way to go.
Minister Musasizi expressed his concern while officiating at the awarding ceremony for the Grace Villa at 10 charity golf tournament over the weekend at Kabale Sports Club in Kabale Municipality. The Grace Villa Girls is an orphanage hosting 215 vulnerable girls in Kabale District.
We are 215 girls, and yet we have only 7 girls who have sponsors.
Minister Musasizi noted that vulnerability and poverty move hand in hand, saying that 20.4% of Uganda's population is living below the poverty line, revealing that these use less than $1 per day. Musasizi further adds that vulnerability changes over time because of the many processes that influence it, which he termed as dynamic, which includes rapid urbanization, environmental degradation, market conditions, and demographic changes.
Vulnerabilities exist in our communities, not only as Uganda, but also as Africa. And the causes of these vulnerabilities range from simple to complex, but the biggest one is poverty. If I can take Uganda's case, we have 20% of our population, 20.4% of our population are still below the poverty line, meaning they live on less than $1 per day.
Musasizi adds, saying that however cases of vulnerability are on the rise in the country, the government has continued to enhance interventions to reduce poverty and diseases by establishing health center 3s at every sub-county and a health center 4 in every constituency, building a primary school at every parish and a secondary school at every sub-county, and implementing government programs aimed at giving economic empowerment to Ugandans. He further commended the Grace Villa for the complementary efforts to assist the government in reducing vulnerability and poverty through empowering the youth.
On top of the vocational schools we have set up across the country to train our children in skills. On the side of income, we have a number of programs which we have set up: the Women Fund, the Youth Fund, and now the Parish Development Model, aimed at empowering our people, giving economic empowerment to our people so that they can be able to engage actively in activities that give them income.
Sam Alinite, the Kabale Central Division chairperson, as well as a board member for the Grace Villa, says that the Grace Villa girls are not only given education from schools, but are also trained in several skills such as tailoring, baking, and computer skills, among others.
We train our girls holistically. We don't look at education alone. We give them a number of skills like tailoring, IT, baking, music, dance and drama, and also most of them have benefited through football scholarships, because we have a number of them, many of them, who are in different schools under the sports scholarship. And we believe that even golf will also take them to some level. And once they get education, once they get these skills, they are not the same. And I do believe that we all know that once you empower a girl child, you have empowered the nation.
According to the founder and executive director for the Grace Villa Girls Sanctuary, Ruth Kendeje Yabaika, they stand on a pillar of self-sustainability by economically empowering the girls through different activities. Kendeje says that their strongest empowerment activity is tailoring, as they were further empowered by the Uganda Industrial Research Institute, which provided them with modernized sewing machines where they make dresses among other items, and this has assisted in getting money to pay their school fees.
We do this and we came up with being self-sustainable. economically empowering the girls. So we have different things that we do. Our strongest one is tailoring. We call it chikazi tailoring. So through this, the girls, we say it's sustainable fashion made beautifully. So we don't want people to buy the things because they're made by orphans and they feel sorry for us. We want people to see things and say, oh, this is a really beautiful thing. Then afterwards find out, wow, it was made by girls who are actually at risk and vulnerable in an orphanage. So all these, just trying to come up with ways where the girls learn a skill, you make a dress, and it pays for your school fees. So you're actually paying your own school fees by things that you're doing with your hands. The girls are becoming more confident. The girls are becoming, it's just, you can't say too much about how important it is to empower a girl or a person to be able to sustain themselves.
The Grace Villa Girls is an orphanage hosting 215 vulnerable girls in Kabale District, and their Grace Villa at 10 Golf Tournament launched the activities towards the 10th anniversary, where the funds collected will be aimed towards building a library and a resource center for the orphanage. Nobati Yamachi, Portuguese Television.
Hey, bro.